So, Victoria, this is the
Yes.
co-defendant.
We have Garza, Vital, and Locklear, all three.
Come up, guys. All right, so you're Kevin Garza, Mr. Garza, and Mr. Vital, and Mr. Locklear. All of you guys are charged with racing on a highway. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you.
Garza and Locklear were stopped by the same officer, so I'm going to do them first and then move to
Sure.
Vital.
Okay.
On July 14, 2024, undercover officers observed a white Audi and a white Chevrolet Camaro engage in a rolling dragging race by slowing down at approximately 8750 West Park Tollway in Harris County to 30 miles per hour in a 65 zone and accelerate to approximately 140 miles per hour in a
140. Which one did 140?
This one was Locklear and Garza in the rolling drag race. A marked patrol vehicle conducted a traffic stop on the vehicles, and defendant Carson Locklear was a driver of the Chevy Camaro, and defendant Kevin Garza was a driver of the car. Both defendants stated that they got pulled over and admitted to racing each other on West Park Tollway. And then moving to Vital. On July 14th, deputies conducted a traffic stop on a red 2011 BMW M3 for racing on the highway. Prior to the traffic stop, undercover deputies observed three suspect vehicles, the red 2011 BMW M3 and the white Chevy Camaro SS and the Audi RS5 traveling side by side eastbound on West Park Tollway, maintaining a speed of 60 miles per hour while side by side, and then kept their vehicles aligned to begin the drag race. All three vehicles then simultaneously accelerated to speeds well over 120 miles per hour in the drag race competition to outdistance and outgain each other. The posted speed limit was 65, and deputies conducted a traffic stop on the red BMW M3, and the driver was Rafael Vital, the defendant.
140 miles an hour. I'm done with all of you. And I'm now taking away each of your privileges to drive. And if I find that you drive, I will have a contempt hearing. You will be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every single time that you drive. Do you understand? I don't care what your excuse is. I don't care where you're going. I don't care if you're hauling baby cats to a damn funeral. What your excuse is. If I find that you drive for any reason, each of you will be doing a substantial amount of time in jail. Each time you drive, it's an offense in and of itself, punishable by 6 months in jail, and I can stack it. Do you understand? Mr. Vital, this is your second racing case. I swear to you on everything that's holy, if you get in a car behind the wheel for any reason, there will be HE double hockey sticks to pay. Do you understand? Yes, sir. I'm also ordering you not to smoke weed, consume alcohol, and I'm sending you now for a drug test. Do you understand? Tracy, he goes down now. Both of you now, you other two, if I find that you drive for any reason, I will lose my shice. And I'm telling you now, our jails are crowded, but they're not so crowded to have you. And I'm going to tell you another thing. The legislature's made it very easy for district attorneys across the state of Texas to take cars from individuals who continue to do this. I'm surprised, Pavel, did they seize your car, Mr. Vital? I'm very surprised that they haven't done that. And I will be equally surprised if they don't. But get ready. Each of you will come up here, sign this promise to me that you're not going to drive. Heed my warning. You will not get another one. Do you understand? We're going to reset your cases and give you time to work these cases out with your lawyer. Martin, I saw that you were working over there, but at that speed, I don't care where they're going. I don't care what they need to do in life. My only concern is the protection of the highways in Houston. And I'm going to do everything in my power to protect every single person. If you want to race, there are places designated in Houston for you to do. On the Sam Houston Tollway, on 610, on 59. That's not the proper place. Do you understand? Yes. All right, come on. Can you imagine at 122 miles per hour, if you fall off the bike, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? No more Mr. Smiley, Mr. Frowny. That's what's going to happen. You'll be carnage on the side of the road at 122 miles an hour. You'll be mangled garbage on the side of the road, Mr. Smiley. And all that has to happen is the slightest, I am taking away your privilege to drive. I don't care what is going on in your life. You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. I don't care what it is, a moped, a motorcycle. If I find that you drive, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months of jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand? This is an affidavit that you will also promise to me that you're not to be in possession of weapons. One false move, you'll be spending a lot of time with me. And I'm not a fun person to hang out. Do you understand? What date are the felonies set for? Do you?
12.
We are going to put your case for the same day as the felonies that are set for. What do you do for a living, Mr. Smiley? Doing what? So it's a full-time job. Okay. I'm gonna have you come up here, swear to us that you're not gonna drive, that you're not gonna be in possession of weapons, and then you'll be on your way. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Frederick. If he tells me that he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I promise you now, there are no more PR bonds for you. Do you understand? I will do everything in my power to protect Harris County. At 120, if you would have hit someone, you would have killed them. And then you're charged with vehicular homicide. Think before you act. Morning, Mr. Mathis. How's jail?
Miserable.
Good. Makes me very happy. Looks like you're wanted out of another jurisdiction for a DWI causing death.
Yes, sir.
And now we have you here because you picked up a reckless driving. You want me to let you out?
We go to Mississippi. Yes, sir.
It's cute. I don't even know what happened. Let's figure out what happened in the reckless driving.
In the reckless driving, on August 25th, 2024, officers were patrolling the southbound 600 blocks East San Francisco Lane South. Officers observed the defendant a black lifted truck traveling at high rate of speed. The officers captured his speed with the radar at 97 miles per hour and 65 miles per hour to 9200 blocks of San Francisco toll lane. As officers attempted to catch up to the vehicle, the officer observed the defendant cut across different lanes of the highway while failing to signal and cause other vehicles to brake. Officer observed the vehicle following other vehicles closely as it followed.
Don't say anything specific, Judge. I would like to state that this case is out of Court 14.
My concern is for public safety. He's already killed someone on the road with the DWI, allegedly, and now he's driving at near about 100 miles an hour, weaving in and out of traffic, causing others to brake around him. And you want me to set you a bond? Really? I would like hair. It's not gonna happen though, man. Not as my wildest dreams, as much hair as I want, I'm never gonna get it back. Perhaps I can get plugs.
Judge, if I may, Judge. Judge, so this is a fugitive case. The basis of the fugitive case is for him to answer in the demanding jurisdiction. He had no notice that this case was open. It sounds like the comparison here to Harris County would be a 2B warrant. Nobody notified him of a court date, a court setting. The actual charge is violation of a court order. So I'm assuming they want him to present
I don't know
himself.
that. How do you know that?
There has been no presentation made besides him having a fugitive case. If
How
that's
long has this case been open, Manny?
Judge, I do not have that information at this time.
That's the problem with these cases. We don't have the information. So just on the information we have, he's got a fugitive case, violation of a court order. I would ask for him to be allowed to answer for that. Is regarding public safety, he's answering for that in Court 15. He's answering for that in Mississippi. This case is just to assure that he makes it to Mississippi to present himself, to avail himself to their requirements. He hasn't had the opportunity to do so. This is the first notice he's had from what he's telling me that he's had to present himself, and he's got a plan in place to do so. He hasn't messed up in your court before. I'm asking for the opportunity for him to go turn himself in. If he messes up, okay, fine. At that point, we have no answer for why he messed up. But right now, he's saying he was just made aware of this when he got arrested for this. He wants to answer for it. I'm asking for the opportunity for him to do so.
Your Honor, if I may, I have a newborn son, and I'm trying to resolve all of this because I can't do this again. I don't need to do this.
Just did.
Yes, sir. I'm
Just
talking about being away from him. I have
love and appreciate your tenacity, but I think that you are a complete danger to our streets. We lead here in Harris County, the nation, per capita, in fatalities related to drunk driving cases. We, if you watch the news, every single day have someone dying on our roads because of someone who is making a boneheaded decision to drive like a freaking maniac. And you Not only do you have this case, but you are charged with killing another in another state while being under.
He was a very, very good friend of mine, Your Honor. And,
People use this.
So does that make it better?
no, sir, it makes it worse.
Right.
Judge, if I may, he is presumed innocent, Judge. He's answering for these charges. He's presumed innocent. The basis of your,
Not finding him guilty, but Ricardo, I think that he's an extreme danger to public society. He's a danger to our roads. And what we will do is I will hold you at no bond in our jail until you resolve these cases. And at that point, we will notify, or I mean, you've already notified Mississippi that we have it, correct?
Yes, Judge.
Hey, Rick.
Judge, he's got no other criminal history. When was this DWI?
Last year.
Last year. He's had no criminal history since this one DWI and this reckless driving. He hasn't answered for him yet. He's willing to answer for him. He's got no other criminal history besides this. We don't know the specifics of either case. I can't argue for him in either case because I don't know the specifics. He just needs to answer quickly.
He's charged with killing another on the road, and now he's driving at about 100 miles an hour. I'm not giving him a bond. You will have to wait to answer until Mississippi comes and gets you. They will take you back if they come, because I don't even know if they're going to come. If they don't come and get you at that point, within the prescribed time, Harris County will release you. But me, I don't feel comfortable giving you a bond because I don't want that kind of blood on my hands. If I give you a bond and you go out there and do something, that's on me. And I have enough trouble sleeping at night as it is. I don't want that kind of blood on my hands.
Judge, can we do any other kind of conditions that you would find reasonable to?
I promise you, Your Honor. my
I know
son-
that you promised me it's gumdrops and tulips and little bunnies jumping in the woods, but I don't believe you.
His wife can drive him to me. We could sign a no driving affidavit if that's your concern. As long as it gets him out of jail, he will make efforts to get over there. He will sign a no driving affidavit if that's what it takes. Correct.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
And he's got a plan in place. His wife will take him over there. He works at the refineries. I don't think money's going to be an issue for him. He's a welder, supervisor, inspector. And so he's got a plan in place. Holding him in jail for 14 days away from Mississippi is already punishing him for something that he hasn't been convicted of. We could find other alternatives to allow him to go over there. He could show you a bus ticket. He could.
I'm not giving him a bond card, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to wait until Mississippi comes and gets you, and at that point you can answer the charges, but I'm not letting you out. Sorry, just too much blood.
Understood, Judge. I'll talk to my client.
Good morning, Mr. Turner. So you're charged with driving while intoxicated. Does he have 2 open DWIs?
Is your first name Robert, Your Honor? Okay,
Robert Allen Turner, I see,
no, it looks like it's a double file, Your Honor.
because they're 2 different cause numbers.
Yeah, it double file. So they filed the same cause twice on accident. We have dismissed.
Same old number, Judge.
Okay, good. That's all I wanted to know. All right. Mr. Turner, you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're also charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. On the gun case, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. On your DWI, you're facing up to 6 months in jail. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Okay, here. On August 13th, 2024, officers conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle that they observed to be weaving in and out of traffic, failing to signal lane changes and going 100 to 110 miles per hour. Officers observed the defendant to be the driver. He had slurred speech, glassy eyes, thin odor of alcohol on his breath. There was also a 12-ounce beer in the back right seat floorboard and was still cold.
So he has alcohol in the car, driving at 110 miles an hour.
Officers conducted standard field sobriety tests, 6 of 6 for the HGN, 4 of 4 for the walk and 1 leg stand, and 5 of 8 for the walk and turn. Additionally, there was a Beretta 40 cal handgun in the center console. The gun was in a holster. The IC was red, and he consented to the breath sample. The results were 0.137 and 0.126. His driver's license is eligible.
I'm running an NCIC check to see what other cases he may have, if any, and especially any prior DWIs.
Sure, the only thing that we see is an ag robbery with a deadly weapon that was dismissed in 1998. Actually, see 2 of those.
Mr. Turner, I want you to understand that whenever you have an open container in the car and it's alleged as such in the information, it is a minimum of 5 days in jail flat to any sentence that you get in this DWI. Do you understand? I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to drive. I'm taking away your privilege to drive permanently. You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care what you have to do. If there's a burning building with 50 kittens in it that you need to save, I don't care. You drive, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand? I'm also ordering as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. You will be randomly tested. If you test positive for drugs or alcohol, likewise, your bond will be revoked. You will go into jail. I don't know if you have a drug or alcohol problem, but if you do, you better address it. Because if it becomes a problem and you don't, I will do it for you. And I promise you're not going to like the way that I do it. Do you understand? Until I know you appreciate the awesome power and privilege it is to drive, you are forbidding from doing it. And if you do, there will be hell to pay. What do you do for a living, Mr. Turner?
I drive a box truck for a marine company.
Not anymore. How much money do you make a month?
At least 4,000.
You need a lawyer to represent you.
I have one, but she's not here.
What do you have?
It's Dunham and Jones.
Who?
Dunham and Jones.
Dunham? You guys see any documents they file? On Turner, page 19. 18 and 19. So this is what we're gonna do, Mr. Turner. I hope that they show up so we can have a talk. For now, I will have you come up here. I'm gonna have you swear to the that you're not gonna drive. After that, I'm gonna get you Victoria. We're gonna have you sign a reset. And after that, I will have you meet with Rachel for your bond conditions. After that, I will have you take a seat in the back. Do not leave. I want to see if someone shows up on their behalf to represent you. And then we'll go from there. Okay?